In this video, we're going to be getting into the latest updates in the POWERCITY ecosystem. So with no further ado, let me bring up my partner in crime, Mr. Just Ask Jesse in the house.
Hey, y'all. Good to be
Good
here.
to see you, man. Good to see you. I know you had a little break last week, feeling refreshed and ready to roll.
Yeah. I just came back from a little family vacation. So if I've been out of the Twitter, the X, or the Telegram lately, that's why I had my devices mostly put away, so I could focus on some family time.
Good. We all need some R&R at some point. But that being said, we do have something bubbling in the POWERCITY ecosystem,
Mhm.
right? With our
Yep. So
DAPP.
we never stop working here. We're always building something. There's always something around the corner. So, as you all know, we have various protocols where you can collateralize assets and mint some stable coins and earn some yield. You can do that with PulseX with the Earn protocol, and you can do that with your Hex with the Flex protocol. There's tons of ways to earn some yield. One of the, I'm not going to say it's a downside, but to claim all your yield and move it where you want it to be requires a lot of clicks. So if you're earning something in the stability pool, which would be earn tokens, and then you want to go place them in the staking pool so you can earn the fees, that requires several clicks. So what we've built over the past couple years now is a front end that will work with liquid loans, with Earn protocol, and with Flex protocol that automates all the things that you want it to do. You tell it ahead of time, I want this to go over here at certain points, and I want this to move over here at certain points. You fund it with some gas, and when those points are reached, it just does those actions, right? It saves you time from having to go in there every day. I mean, still monitor your positions, but you can actually control your positions a little bit as well using this protocol. You can keep things at levels where you want them to be. So we are on the cusp of releasing a testnet for the community to play with. We all know how testnet goes. Largely, most people don't use it except the diehard users. But we do want to get some feedback. So we're going to release a public testnet, hopefully in the next day or so. We're going to let the community play with this. Give us some feedback. It's already audited, but there are certain things we can do to our front end or whatever. Just give us your feedback. Play with it on testnet. Let us know what you think. And then hopefully, if all goes well, soon after that, we're going to release it into the wild on mainnet where you can use it against liquid loans and then Earn protocol and then also against Flex protocol.
It's going to be very useful. And a lot of people are excited about having that DeFi yield on automation. For those who missed the live stream last week, I did with LV. If you watch that, there's some demos of how it's working and having a look at the interface, nice and clean as you're used to with the protocol, with Flex, with the core, very intuitive. But first off, like Jesse said, we're going to be releasing this for liquid loans first. Following that, it will be Earn and then the Flex protocol. And what's good about this, Jesse, is you can use it at a very basic level, right, as a front end, or you can make it as custom as you want.
So you can use it as a basic front end. You don't have to do these automatic automations, right? You can just create your smart vault, basically, and still go in and make all these clicks if that's what you like to do. There are some clicks that you may like, right? So let's say you set up these parameters that you like. Well, you can still come in and you can hit one button and it does all those actions for you, right? If you prefer to come and hit that button. Or you can turn on the automation and that call gets triggered automatically for you every day, right? The choice is yours. Come and do it manually, sign the transaction with your hardware wallet or whatever you use, or have it run automatically for you, right? Your choice.
There's some other really handy features as well, because obviously if you are automating, you know that at certain times throughout the day, whatever strategy you've chosen or custom strategy you've chosen, it will be doing that. But you can also go in there, and if you're thinking, I don't want to wait for automation, I want to compound now, maybe in the stability pool, in the staking pool, or there's even a compound all button where you can go in there and click that and just compound everything there if you don't want to wait for automation.
Even while automation is on, if you just get impatient and you want to compound right now, you can hit that button and do it. So we think this is a great additive to these beautiful protocols that are out there that are working flawlessly. By the way, the peg on these things is tremendous. And why is that? It's because every single one of these stable coins is fully backed, fully redeemable for its own collateral that is locked up that minted those things in the first place, right? There's never a point where the collateral isn't there. So that actually creates an ARB opportunity where these things end up staying at $1. You can see HEXDC, this stable coin is sitting at 1.0029. That's, that's essentially perfect.
And then we have Earn as well, and just a hair's breadth under.
Yeah, 0.9995. Look, y'all, that's $1, right? That's how good the peg on this thing is.
So we have obviously these liquidity forks, which is going to have amplifiers going to sit on top of, and you can use it. But obviously, all of our DApps, for anyone who might not know, all of our DApps flow fees back to the core, right?
Yeah. So a percentage of all the fees from these things, of course, goes to the stakers in each of the protocols. But a percentage of it also flows straight into the core, where those who are staking in our main staking platform can receive some of them, right? So if you participate in here, you're getting fees from all of our different things. You get a fancy NFT that you're able to transfer, you're able to merge, comes with some really cool artwork. You can work yourself up in the tiers. You can do a variety of things. It's similar to an encapsulated stake. You can move them around. And do what you wish with them. And they are yield bearing. Why? Because some of the fees are flowing to that, where you can claim them at any time.
Talking about it being an NFT stake, it's very, very flexible. Like you said, you could even transfer it to another address. You can even sell it or transfer it while there's even fees pending. You don't have to claim them. So very versatile. You're not going to be locked up for, however long. It's up to you. So with EarnFlex, the core running, the core obviously being the main staking platform, and of course Amplify coming soon, we got to touch on at least PortalX Swap, our first baby.
Oh yeah. So PortalX Swap, y'all, is actually really cool. It's basically, I like to refer to it like a search engine. This thing scours the internet and it finds all the existing trusted bridges and swapping platforms. So when you want to swap from one coin to another, this thing will find all the available routes for you. You then choose the route that you want to take because it just listed them out for you. You didn't have to go and Google and try and figure out which DEX is on which blockchain or which bridge do I need to use to go to this one or that one. It literally does it for you, and it lists them all out for you. You then get to click and choose the one, maybe with the best rate that you would like to use. There are limited ways to get into newer chains like Pulse Chain, so you got to be aware of that. There's the official bridge, there's a change now route, and that's pretty much it. When you go to more older chains, you'll find, this one has 5 ways in, or this one has 8 ways in, or whatever, and it has 20 different DEXs on it. So if you do like Pulse Chain, you'll see that should grow over time as more and more things become available. The search engine, PortalX, will find those and then list those out for you so you can choose the best routes.
And like we said, obviously, this is a tool for getting into Pulse Chain, but there's over 60 blockchains here. So I think we've seen activity of people that never used Pulse Chain before or never want to use Pulse Chain, but they're actually, or maybe they don't want to use Pulse Chain yet, but they're still using PortalX Swap to jump between different blockchains, right?
Yeah. Somehow, maybe through our outreach into other communities, people have started using this. And when you look at the activity, there's just tons of wallets that use it even on other blockchains that haven't even ever touched Pulse Chain, like you said. Now, an interesting thing about this, though, is, of course, this comes with a very small fee. What does that fee do? It buys Pulse and it distributes it to the stakers over in the core, right? So this search engine fee that you're paying to have this luxury of it listing all these things out for you is actually, you could say, selling other coins. It's selling BNB, it's selling some ETH, it's selling, Matic token, all these other things that people are trading around the world. It's selling those things, and then it's buying Pulse with it, and then distributing it, right? So it really is like this pumpamental thing. It also brings adoption. People see, oh, what is that? What is that wallet doing? Oh, that wallet is continuously purchasing nonstop. It's purchasing Pulse. That's weird. Why is so? This really is like a Pulse chain centric platform that promotes people to come over to Pulse chain.
Well, I think that's a good overview of how the lay of the land is looking right now. Obviously, like we said, Amplify is going to be dropped any day soon. So if you do have any questions, obviously our Telegram chat's always open. We've got everyone in there and our admins helping out. Our YouTube channel is going to have full tutorials on how to set it up, how to get the strategies rolling. So do stay tuned for that. Jesse, any last words before we sign out today?
Just a few last words. I've been pretty impressed with the way crypto's been going lately. It seems like things the SEC tries keep getting shut down. A lot of positive things are happening, even potentially future elected officials that are very crypto friendly. There's just a lot of good things happening lately. And you do see that in the charts, with Bitcoin and ETH and even Pulse Chain. And it's starting to feel good, right? So all this bear market activity we've had for the past couple years, we can only hope that that's coming to an end and things are looking bright from here forward. We'll see.
We'll see. Fingers crossed. We've seen a few green days in a row. So fingers crossed that keeps on going. But thanks a lot for coming on, man. And I will see you next week.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. And if you want to use any of our current dApps, you can find the links below in the description box. And also stay tuned for the Amplifier coming any day now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.